So I remember the day very well. It was about 10 years ago when I was in my backyard in Florida doing yard work. I bent over to pick up a branch like I'd done a million times before, and wham! Instant sharp stabbing pain in my lower back. I even heard a snap. Now, I'd had some back pain a couple of times before, but this was much, much worse. And along with the pain, I started to panic. I had made it to 45 years old without any major medical problems, but now I got really scared. Was this the thing that finally brings me down? And as a matter of fact, unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. So the pain was constant, but it really hurt when I sat down. I waited it out for a couple of days, but there was no change. So I did what everybody does. I went to my doctor. And he said it was most likely just a slipped disc, but it would probably, hopefully, go away in a couple of weeks, no problem. But let's stop right there, because here's where the whole process goes off the rails, right in the beginning. Without consideration for any other diagnosis, the medical system immediately gets tunnel vision. They always assume that back pain equals disc problems. Now, my MRI did show common disc abnormalities for which many people do get surgery. However, I later discovered these same abnormalities are equally common among people without back pain. So the abnormalities are not the cause of pain. They can't be. Things like herniated discs are just part of the normal aging process, but they do not cause pain. However, I didn't know that at the time, so I dutifully went through this faulty labyrinth of pain management. And that included physical therapy, chiropractors, epidural shots, and 3 spine surgeons told me that I definitely needed back surgery. I considered surgery, but I first wanted to find someone who had had successful back surgery before I committed to it. I looked and I looked, but I never could find anyone, and I still haven't. So for several years, I aggressively sought out any and all solutions, but in the end, there are no pain cure doctors, only pain management doctors. And I eventually did what everybody does. I just gave up. I remember sitting in the parking lot after another failed epidural shot and thinking to myself, that's it. I've tried everything. There's nothing left to try. I thought, this is my life now. I've got to make the best of it. I can't keep wasting time and money looking for an answer that isn't there. So I got special seat cushions so I could sit down. I got painkillers. I got a standing desk so I could at least get some work done. So I created this new life that revolved exclusively around trying to get comfortable only. Everything else became secondary. That became my new life with chronic back pain. That's where traditional medicine left me, and that's where I'd still be right now. Fast forward 2 years, I've moved to Colorado and I'm doing business consulting because now I have too much pain to run my own business anymore. I'm doing the best I can. And then one day at lunch, my client, my friend David, notices I'm squirming in pain. And David, who's a general surgeon, he starts asking me questions and then does a short physical exam. And then he says 6 words that I'll never forget. 6 words that would end up saving my life. John, there's nothing wrong with you. Boom. What do you mean there's nothing wrong with me? David went on to elaborate, there's nothing physically wrong with me. My pain was a condition called Tension Myositis Syndrome, which is mental tension that's creating muscle tension in my lower back. That's what was causing my pain. The problem was soft tissue, not hard tissue, and that distinction means everything. The pain was originating in my mind, not in my spine. David went on to explain that almost all back pain is stress-based. He had cured his own back pain after 7 failed surgeries through this non-medical treatment. Surgery for back pain, he explained, is almost always a bad idea. And at that point, I was all in. So starting the next day, I dropped all medical treatment and switched to what's referred to as the mind-body formula immediately. And for the next 90 days, I did 3 things very consistently. I read books by Dr. John Sarno, including the bestsellers Healing Back Pain and the Mind-Body Prescription. I read at least 10 pages every day. And I met with and got coaching from my doctor friend David every week. And by the way, this is not part of his medical practice. And finally, I became very physical again, running, working out, stretching, and rolling. The pain that had been continuous 24/7 for years first went away at around the 30-day mark. And then I struggled a bit with the pain coming and going back and forth for about the next 60 days. And then at around the 90-day mark, actually a little less, the back pain went away completely, and it has never come back in 5+ years. Now I can do anything I want and I have no fear of the pain ever returning. So in the end, I was able to throw out the cushions, flush the painkillers, and lower my standing desk permanently, the desk that I'm sitting at right now. That's how I cured my chronic back pain. It was the mind-body connection, not my doctors, that finally got the job done. Thanks for watching.